Oh yeah. The gallery open till 10 for you and your friends. You know how I spend in Nico, USDON. I get too crazy, had a little bad enough.
Don't forget your lunch broadcast. Come on out, man. Have a good day. Bye. Bye.
Niggas play with me, we know that you gon' sin. Only you know I do trust you. I pray these hoes don't make me out to prove it.
Hey, yeah, we back in the building. We back in the building. I started on my day with a blunt of burn. No pancake, just a couple servings. Y'all already know it's time to go to work.
Oh, we stay good friends, we get too crazy. All I know is that when this stuff ends, the next one begins. My babe, you know me, and you knew me back then. And you know how it goes when I see you again. You know I'm making my way to your ends, and you know I need.
Good morning, you guys. My name is Lacosta. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to be doing a day in the life of a work from home utilization review nurse. That's what I'll do in my job setting. And yeah, I just want to bring you guys along on my day with me and just, give you the good, the bads, the ins, the outs of utilization review, being a nurse who works from home. So let's go. Okay, so the first thing I do, as you saw in the montage, is I cut my computer on. It signs into like a VPN. It's a secure network. The equipment was provided by the company. We use Teams, and the first thing that I do, you guys, I open up all my applications that I'm gonna need. So I open up the, wait a minute before I get started, because I didn't have time. Recording kind of slowed me down this morning, so I didn't have time to put moisturizer on my face, and it feels so dry. Hold on, y'all. Okay, so that feels so much better. Let me get my lips popping right quick. Alright, now we're ready. So I'm opening up all my applications. We use a system that has the cases in a queue, so we can see everything that we have so far today. I have a good bit of cases this morning. So the first thing I do is I have cases in there from Friday that had letters. Our letters, we have a letters team who works our denial cases. So we have to go in and make sure that the fax went through and that the letter was completed, and then we can remove those from our queue. So I have 4 of those. So I'm about to just go ahead and remove those out of my queue. So a little bit about my background, why I'm opening up all my applications and doing everything that I need to do this morning. I have been a nurse since 2010. I started out, I got my associate's degree, and then I went back and got my bachelor's degree online, and then I got my master's degree online. I'm not currently using my master's degree. I have a master's degree in leadership and management in nursing. So yeah, I'm done. I'm done with school. Not doing it. Done. So I knew when I was in nursing school that I wanted to do something work from home eventually. I did know that you have to have experience on the floor, i.e. bedside nursing. And I got a little bit of experience in everything. So The first thing that I did was when I got out of nursing school. So I finished nursing school of August of 2010. I passed my NCLEX September the 10th, 2010. I know that because that is my birthday. I found out that I passed NCLEX on my birthday, which was a great birthday present. It was a great birthday present. And after I graduated, I went to work in a nursing home. My mama knew somebody who knew somebody. You know, she used to do somebody's hair who actually hired nurses at the nursing home. So it is like October, I had a job. I knew a lot of nurses who it took them months to get a job in nursing. Luckily for me, my mama knew somebody. So sometimes it's about who you know. I'm gonna say majority of the time. And so after I did that, so I was the only, this was my first job, you guys. I was the only nurse in the building after registered nurse in the building after 6 o'clock. Just put that into perspective. A 21-year-old new nurse, the only registered nurse in the building after 6 o'clock. I'm hearing myself say that now, and that is so crazy to me. I knew nothing. I mean, don't get me wrong, yes, school taught, but I didn't learn like the meds and just everything until I started hands-on. It didn't click to me until hands-on. So yeah, so after I left the nursing home, I went to a hospital. I worked on the ortho floor, but so like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, our floor was full. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it was a little skimpy because all our surgeries were already gone. Because they do their surgeries, they schedule their surgeries for Mondays. Most of them stay in no more than 3 days, and they're out the door. So our floor was like a surgical floor. And so like on Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, a lot of us got not really down staff. A lot of us got pulled to other floors like med surge. I went to ICU one time to do sit on a one-on-one site patient. I did behavioral health. Where else did I go? I think that's about it. Okay, and so I stayed there for about 9 or 10 months, and I was just over it. Don't get me wrong, I kept up. I was able to do everything that I needed to do as a floor nurse. But as a floor nurse, I don't feel like they value, as a nurse, period. A lot of places just do not value nurses. That's how I feel. I have been on many jobs, and that's just how I feel. That's just a sad truth, and I'm not gonna take it back. Do I regret becoming a nurse? No, I do not. I 100% do not regret it. But do I think that they value nurses? I don't. And, you know, hospitals are, I don't know. So, anywho, I left the hospital. After I left the hospital, I went to a internal medicine clinic. I worked there about 3 or 4 years. That was my least paying job. But I loved it. Hands down, one of the best jobs I had. Loved it. But I knew when I was there that I was gonna want to go to. I want to work for the health department for some reason. I don't know why. I just want to be a health department nurse. And so after I left the doctor's office, I went to the health department. I stayed there for about 2 years. And that was one of my best jobs, one of my favorite jobs too, hands down. In the state of South Carolina, we were trained to do pap smears. We did STDs. We did birth control. We did everything. Like, I love that job. Again, an atmosphere where they did not appreciate their nurses. A lot of places would keep nurses if they appreciated them. But, hey, whatever. So, after I left the health department, I went to utilization review At that job, it was called Managed Care Coordinator. And I went to Blue Cross. And I was there about 6 years. I was at Blue Cross. And then I came here. Which I'm doing the same job. I'm just at a different company. This company paid more. I'm not even going to say that's the only difference. But that's pretty much, this job right here paid more. Same job. Same background. Yeah. Oh, I left out my home health too. I worked home health for about a year and a half. And I like that job too, but some people's houses was just, they had roaches and stuff. That was not for me, but it was a good job. I learned a lot about wounds in that job. So yeah, I have gotten my day started, you guys. I have pulled up everything that I need to pull up. What I start out doing in the morning is, let me start anew. Hold on. Okay, so what I start out in the morning doing is I pull up all my applications. I look at my emails. We have this worksheet that we have to input our numbers into. So we put how many day 3s, 2s, 1, 0. And what I mean by days is, so day 3 is something we have to close out today, or it will go, or it's something that we have to close out today, or it will go out of compliance. And we do not want our cases to go out of compliance. Day 2s, we still have another day to work it. So we have today to work it, and we have tomorrow to work it. Day 1s, we got 2 more days to work it. We got today to work it, we got tomorrow to work it, and then the third day needs to be closed. And then day 0s, you know, boom, boom, boom. That's what days means. I work in inpatient concurrent initial, meaning when a member head hits the bed on 5/20, probably either today or tomorrow, the hospital is going to be sending over a case to the insurance company of whatever the insurance that member has for a initial inpatient review. So what happens is a member may come in with COPD, right? Members on 2 liters of oxygen at home, and for whatever reason, this member's SAT has been, I don't know, 85%, 80% on the regular 2 liters that the member is on. So they're having shortness of breath. They're coming in. I'm having shortness of breath. I can't breathe. I'm having a hard time catching my breath. I get up and it's worse. My SATs are 85, 80%. They call EMS. EMS checks their SATs is 80%, 82% on 2 liters of oxygen. EMS increases the oxygen to 4 liters. Okay, so they come into the ER. They're still having issues. Their ABGs or arterial blood gases are not what they're supposed to be, under 7.35. PCO2 is under 60, stuff like that. So that's the type of stuff that you need to know in order to review these cases. And, you know, you just have to have nursing knowledge. So people ask me, how are you a nurse that works from home? That's how it's certain knowledge that you have to have in order to work these cases. So, so then they put the patient on a mechanical ventilation, right? They intubate the patient. So that automatically means, because they're in the hospital and they're on a mechanical vent, they're going to have to wean that member off of that. So that member meets as inpatient for inpatient criteria. I can approve that case. Then we have cases where they have to go to the medical director. So that same patient came in with 2 liters, or they upped it to 4 liters, but by the time observation, so this company defines observation is like 24 hours. So a member comes in at 8 o'clock a.m. 8 o'clock a.m. the next morning is 24 hours. That is observation. So anything after that. So say like the member came in, the member's on 2 liters at home, came in on 4 liters with the EMS. And so they came in at 8 a.m. So by 2 o'clock, they're back to 2 liters. They're normal at home. We would need to send that to our medical director, because at this time that is not meeting. And we use a certain criteria. It's called Milliman. They have Interqual, they have Milliman. When I worked at Blue Cross, they have the CAM policy, and we also use Milliman there too. So in different policies that you use, most hospitals use Interqual, We used Milliman. When I was at Blue Cross, we used Milliman and CAM. And CAM was like a policy that the medical directors made up at Blue Cross. So yeah, that would have to go to our medical director. We would have to request more clinicals because the doctor needs all the information that they can get in order to make a decision on whether this case is medically necessary or not. If it is denied, it comes back to us. We deny the case. We send it to the letters team. The letters team then makes a letter and fax out the denial. And that's it. And so approvals, we fax the approvals to the facility. And pretty much in a nutshell, that is how that goes. And so I'm just going to, do a couple of cases with you guys today and just show you guys a day with me. So yeah. Okay, so I'm working this first case. This is a member admitted to a facility on, looks like 5/13. And we have a worksheet that we work off of. So we put, the coverage dates, meaning the member's plan, if it's active, if it's inactive, if the facility is par, which is in network to the members. Policy, we look to see if there are any duplicates. We look to see if the member has had a inpatient admission within the last 30 days, because that is important, because they try to keep down on readmissions, stuff like that. And then this case is, so we have EMR cases, which stands for electronic medical records, and then we have non-EMR cases, which are the facilities that do not, that fax clinicals. So EMR facilities do not fax clinicals. We have access to their actual EMR, and we're able to see clinical in real time. So yeah, I love that part about it. But we still, request clinicals or whatever the case may be. Alright, so I'm looking for this member in the EMR. Let's see what's going on here. I don't see this member. Let's see. Let me search him. Okay, here you go. Alright. So this case looks like it might be a retro case, meaning that, so the member admitted on 5/13 and discharged on 5/15. It is 5/20. The notification date for this case is 5/14. 5/14. Well, no. So in order for a case to meet for retro here, so say like if the member, so the notification date was 5/14 and the member discharged on 5/14. I could have retroed it. Or the member discharged on 5/13 or 5/14 and the notification date was, I think I just said it. Whatever. No, just, okay, so I'm going to work this case because it's not a retro case. So yeah, looks like the member might have came in with, let's look and see. Looks like CVA maybe, which is, I don't know if we have people here who are just nurses or if people here who are trying to figure out, okay, if nursing is for me. CVA means stroke. So that's, cerebral vascular accident. That is what CVA means. And that is why you need nurses in these positions, because most people don't know that that means stroke. All right. So here I am just copy and pretty much pasting the clinicals that I need from here. Okay, looks like member came in with elbow pain. He was transferred from another facility. Has a past medical history of a couple of things. Diabetes, gout, hyperlipidemia, some mental health stuff. Let's see here. So then I can pretty much just see like the progress notes, the review of systems, meaning like normal rate and regular rhythm for cardiovascular, pulmonary effort is normal, stuff like that. For review of systems. So it's like you have to look at the whole picture of the person and figure out this member has some right-sided weakness and some numbness per the reviewing systems. So it's like you look at the whole picture to make a decision, and you have to have that nursing judgment, because some of these cases we do use nursing judgment on whether or not. Now we have criteria, but I'm gonna say like the way I may interpret something, somebody else may interpret it a different, total different way. So I mean, there is kind of a right and wrong. Now, if you're clearly approving something that is clearly denied, like you don't have the information, like you're just making up stuff or you're assuming stuff, then yeah, you're approving stuff and you shouldn't be approving it. But you know, me personally, how I do it is if it clearly meets, I'll approve it. If I have to question it, I'm sending it to the doctor. I am sending it to the doctor, and you know, here they kind of want you to approve stuff that you can approve, but like I said, if I have any question about it, I'm sending it, because I don't want to be approving stuff that I shouldn't be approving. That's just me. This job, and it comes with experience. Like when I first started, I just knew I was going back to the floor, because it's a whole nother way of thinking. It's just a different way of thinking. It really is. And when you come into like because I worked in the office for 6 months before they let me go home. So it was just totally different. It was totally a different atmosphere, a different way of thinking, just different. And some people can't do it. I've seen a lot of people come in and just not like it. Plain out not like it. Not me. I'd rather stay at home any day, but you know, whatever. MRI said small linear acute is seen in the right cerebral hemisphere. So that is a what in the world? How did it turn like that? Let me see if I can turn back. There we go. That is a stroke. So just stuff like that. It's just stuff that we have to know. And here, like at my old job, if it said stroke and it met, I could approve it. Here they want you to have the MRI to make sure. And if you don't have the MRI, it's kind of like they want you to send it to the doctor. So, you know, different stroke for different folks. Different companies want you to do different things. So what I'm telling you may not apply to another, you know, company. I do feel like over here, they are a lot more strenuous and a lot more picky than at Blue Cross. And yeah, so I'm not saying who I work for, because I just don't want them type of problems. But, yeah. Okay, and the official diagnosis for this member is acute CVA, which I already told you was stroke. This member had right-sided numbness and dysphagia. And then they just have a plan of what they're going to do for the member on admission. And so, yeah, I copy and paste all of that, because if I'm going to approve something, I want to make sure that if somebody does go and audit my case, which we have internal auditors, and then we have compliance people who actually come in and make sure that we are doing what we say we're doing, that we are reaching out, requesting clinicals, that we are offering a predetermination request to the doctors if they want to call in and speak with our doctors. That type of stuff. Because, you know, regardless of whether or not we're sitting at a desk, we are dealing with real human beings. We are dealing with real claims. We are dealing with, if a claim is denied, the insurance is not going to pay it. So then that patient is left with a bill. So yeah, it's a serious job. And so they want to make sure that we are doing what we're supposed to do. So we have compliance stuff. Like the hospitals have people come in and do compliance stuff. We have people come in to the insurance companies and do compliance stuff too. Okay, so the more that I look into this case, so the criteria, this is what I mean. So the criteria for this stroke, ischemic stroke, is you have to have an NIH score of 2, greater than 2. This member has an NIH score of 1. He has to have some kind of altered mental status. He does not have that. He has to have dysphagia that warrants evaluation. They did not do an eval for his dysphagia. He has significant arm or leg weakness. He has mild weakness, aphasia, gait impairment. He can also meet if he has like a cardiac arrhythmia of immediate concern, if he has respiratory abnormalities, which is hypoxemia or impaired airway protection. But with hypoxemia, they give you another drop down, and it's patient without baseline need for supplemental oxygen with the oxygen saturation of less than 90%, or arterial blood gas partial pressure oxygen PO2 of less than 60 on room air. Now, on the day of 5/15, members' oxygen level did decrease to 89%, and he was placed on 4 liters of nasal cannula. However, the member discharged on that date too. So 9 out of 10, he didn't leave with the oxygen. And he had a left heart cath. So that might be a reasoning why. So this one looks like, normally stroke cases are a slam dunk, but it looks like this one may have to go to the medical director. And so what I'm going to do is, I'm going to request clinicals, and being that this is a EMR case, I do everything in the EMR. So we have like little blurbs that we copy and paste, and yeah, all that good stuff. Member in with stroke found to have cardiomyopathy. I might can look that up too, but I doubt it. NIH score 1, mild. Let me see what side it was on. Mild right-sided weakness. All right. So I am just gonna go ahead and make it do what it do with this request. Of course, this case right here has to be closed today. So I need to get 2 requests on this case before clinical requests. I need to get 2 requests on this case before I can even send it to our medical director. And then we have to wait 3 hours before we can re-review this case. So the due date for this will be today at 11:57 a.m. So that's how that works. And then we move on to the next case. Okay, so we are moving on to our second case. This is a non-EMR case. So with these, the facility faxes over clinicals. And we pretty much just do the same thing. We review If it does not meet, we request clinicals. If they send more clinicals and those don't meet, we request clinicals again with a predetermination request offer, and So yeah, and a predetermination request offer is just pretty much giving their doctor the option to speak with our doctor before a denial determination is made, if that makes sense. So I'm just waiting for that to pull up just a little bit more information. So with some cases, like I have 3 day 3 cases, right? And so two of my day 3 cases already has a request on that. So this case right here, I need to make 2 clinical requests before I can send to the doctor, unless it meets. The other 2, I only have to make 1 because there's already 1 clinical request on the case. So I'm hoping that this case meets. So this member came in with 517 with hyponatremia, which is low sodium, CHF, and dilated cardiomyopathy. So what I tend to do, so the sodium is 129. For the policy, let me see, we can either use, let me see if CHF has electrolytes on it. So CHF does have severe electrolyte abnormalities on it. So, and the sodium was 129. So to meet for sodium or hyponatremia, sodium less than 130, not corrected to near normal or near chronic baseline despite observation, care, treatment. So the member came in with the sodium of 129. What I tend to do is I will go and look at other labs just to see if they even sent more than 1 day of labs. So from what I'm seeing, looks like 517 is, I'm gonna keep looking. So far is the, what date is this? That's 517 too. Okay, so what I'm seeing, say observation appropriated this time. So what I'm seeing, they only sent lab values from 517. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to request more clinicals, and hopefully when the clinicals come in for the next couple of days, I'm not going to say I hope the sodium don't increase, but if the sodium stays at 129 or decreases or does not hit like an acceptable sodium number or range, then I can approve that case. And I really just need more information. If that makes sense. I really just need more information. So I'm just gonna fill out our little form. Copy and paste the things that I need to copy and paste, and then I am just gonna fax over a request for clinicals to this facility. Let me make sure. I like to make sure that there indeed has not been a outbound communication, because if that has, then that counts as a clinical request, but there has not been. So yeah, and a lot of this I just copy and paste, which I love that for me. Yeah, I love to clutch my pearls. Even though they're not pearls, you get the idea. Looks like member might have came into ER, had a paracentesis done, and then left AMA, and then came back on 517. Alrighty. Looks like he has a history of liver disease, ascites, Okay, so I have gotten that case written up. We are going to request that the clinicals are faxed back by 12/21 today. And the first request is going to be a fax. So we can fax. If it's a non-EMR case, we can fax the clinical request. And then the second request has to be a call. I think at my other job, at my other job, all of our requests could be faxes. Like we didn't have to call anyone. So again, it just depends on the company that you work for. And we have like a little template that goes out to the facility, and it has the due date and time and all that stuff already on it. So you just put the information into the little blocks and then you fax it off, which is not hard at all. And you just request what you feel like you need to request. And I'm going to put trending labs to include sodium and potassium, because the member's potassium is a little low too. So yeah, there we go. And we're going to send that fax. We have to put in our clinical review, meaning the information that we just took from the clinicals. And yeah, what is going on with the world? The whole thing just started working. Like, what the world? Really? That's what we doing? That's what we doing. Clinical review. Add. It's looking like I might have to reboot my system, because for some reason it's not giving me the option for they just updated. So the Milliman just updated to the 18th edition. I think it's the 18th edition. But yeah, Milliman just updated. Click browser, type right corner. Go to select bottom setting options. Navigate to reset settings. Reset settings. Click middle and reset. Reset. Once completed above step, please close the entire internet browser session, open a new one, and then access. So I hope I don't. I'm just gonna copy it because I don't want to lose my whole review, because I would be pissed if I lost my review. So it told me to close it out. I'm gonna close that one out too, and then let's see if that fixed it. So there we go. It's not just working. As a nurse, you gotta have some kind of computer literacy. Because if you guys just seen, I just had to follow a whole bunch of steps because the system that we use was rebooted and it's not acting right. I can put the review in, but it pulls up like a before I even pull up anything else, I want to make sure that there we go, that fixed it. I'm about to make me some coffee. It's 9:28, you guys, so the hours actually move pretty quick for this job, like quick. All Alright, so we got this clinical review in. Once you learn the job, it's a pretty easy job. It's just the audits and sometimes the leadership, and it's not even really like your leadership, like it's upper leadership. But that's anywhere you go as a nurse. Anywhere you go as a nurse. And I don't like to discourage other people from going into nursing, but it's not what people make it out to be. It's really not. Like, you see these nurses on TikTok, and they got that cute little scrubs on, which I love a good scrub and some cute little Dansco shoes and my stethoscope. But I could never keep up with my dang on stethoscope. You're not really supposed to wear it around your neck because of germs. Is those cute little covers, they carry germs. You're not supposed to have like long nails because bacteria hides under the acrylic, and it's just a lot. So I'm not gonna say I wouldn't recommend nursing. I'm gonna say make sure that that's really what you want to get into. That's what I'm gonna say. Because if I could be a stay-at-home mom and not work, I would definitely do that. But I like making my own money. It has afforded me, the luxury of being able to, before my now fiance came into my life, it has afforded me the right and space to be able to make sure me and my kids was good, to provide for them and me comfortably. The whole COVID thing, I was already at home. I didn't have to worry about child care. Now, the downside of that is a lot of people was out of work and they didn't have to work. We were still working. We were still chugging along. We still had work to do. So, but, that's a plus. Like, we didn't lose our jobs. We were not downstaffed. We were not let go. We were still here. So, I love nursing for that, and I appreciate nursing for that. And, I went into nursing so that I could try to make a difference and help people out. I've done case management at Blue Cross too. So I did utilization review and I did case management. And I love talking to my people, my older people, brighten their days, just to see if I could get in touch with their doctors for them, all that stuff. But I prefer not to talk on the phone. All right, y'all, so I got my coffee. One of my matrons of honors had this coffee mug or coffee cup mailed to me, y'all. It is so cute. I actually love the whole box, but so I'm about to do a couple of cases. So I'm about to cut on me some YouTube videos that I can watch. But I like to cut on me a couple of YouTube videos and just rock out. Sometimes I cut on music, sometimes I cut on YouTube videos. It just depends on what I got going on. So yeah, I'm about to watch. Let me see. I'm going to go to watch later because I have some videos that I already have on here that I want to watch. I've been watching It's Court. I've been watching her too. I think that's what I'm going to turn on. And we're going to get this day started. Okay, the day's already started. It's 9:46. 9:40. It's 9:46. All right, y'all. I'm about to finish some cases, let my camera charge, and I will be back a little bit later.
2 hours later.
Okay, y'all. So I just want to come on here and show you guys how we make clinical requests. So our little phone system is on our computer. I don't have a hard phone, like a phone you can pick up.
You have reached a confidential voicemail for the case management department. Please leave your request for clinical information, authorization numbers, and/or number of days approved at the tone.
Hello, my name is Lacostawhitehead. Nurse calling on a recorded line for quality purposes. I am calling in regards to a member admitted to on 5/16. Based on the clinical information review, I am requesting most recent progress notes, consults, treatment plans, and DC plans. You can fax this information if the treatment provider would like to discuss the case with the Humana Medical Director prior to the determination. Please provide the physician's name, direct phone number, and best contact time for peer-to-peer discussion. Please send clinical requests peer-to-peer by today at 1:02 p.m. I can be reached at. Thanks and have a great day. So that was my peer-to-peer request, and that was my second request. So after 102 comes and I re-review, see if they faxed over more clinicals, I could send this case to our medical director because it does not look like this member meets. This member came in with nausea, vomiting. Member has diabetes. The diagnosis that the facility has is DK8, but per the DK8 milliman or diabetes milliman, this member is not meeting criteria. So this case will have to go to our medical director for review, and they will make the determination on whether or not it is approvable or not. So that's what I mean by questionable. If it does not clearly meet, I send it. Of course, I do a communication that I spoke with the facility and offer the peer-to-peer, and on to the next case I go. And then I am such a good help that I am pretty much caught up on my day 3s. So before I start my day 2s and 1s, I reached out in the chat to see if anybody else needed any help with any day 3s, because it did look like, because we do put our numbers in, we can see everybody else's numbers. It looked like some other people had a high number of day 3s. So me being the helper that I am, which I complain about sometimes, I asked, and I got 2 more cases from 2 other nurses. So I'm about to work those, and I guess go from there. Hopefully they're not too bad. Oh, it is 10:38, just to give you guys a sense of what time it is. It is 10:38. I have only worked 4 cases. And that's only because I'm recording and all that stuff. But, you know, so since I'm not really recording anymore, I can kind of pick up the speed. All right, I'll call y'all back. Okay, you guys, so I am back. I got this member that we were waiting on. We was waiting till, looks like 12:21 to re-review. There are no clinicals received, so I am going to call in a second clinical request with a predetermination request. And yeah, and so then I wait another 3 hours, and then I could send that one to the medical director. So this one right here will be due back at 3:37. I go to lunch or I go pick up my kids at 3. So I'll send this to the medical director either at a little bit before 3 and just not determine it until I come back. Not unless they have some information where I can approve it. But right now, it still look like it's going to the medical director. So that's what I'm about to do. I'm about to call in the second clinical request, and then I am going to do the predetermination request and, you know, wait to see. I also got a predetermination request that I'm going to let you guys listen to. Of course, I'm going to take some stuff out and change the voice and all that stuff just so you guys can see, you know, how it sounds when the doctor calls in and asks for a predetermination request.
Just on my predetermination discussion. When this lady came in, non-compliant with diabetic medications and diabetic ketoacidosis, needle blood sugar is 450, she has CO2 13, and GABA 23, moderate acetone in blood. Was admitted to our Henna tool was unable to tolerate anything PO, and so she was on 200 milliliters per hour of IV fluids. That was maintained really. She was not able to eat until the 19th, when she started eating a little bit, but so she was several days not taking anything by mouth, on IV fluids and IV insulin. She also had bacteremia, which should add to this. She's grown out enterococcus faecalis from her blood, so she's on IV antibiotics. So, yeah, the diabetic ketoacidosis thing gets there. The bacteremia should be patient mission. Thank you very much.
Okay, guys, so that was a predetermination request, and you see that I blurted out like the doctor's name, the member's name, date of birth, and the facility. So you only really got clinical information. And so at first the member was not meeting, but being that the doctor called in and said that she has been unable to maintain oral hydration and has been on IV fluids for a few days, she would have met for that, for diabetes, and then that just the fact that she has bacteremia, which is an infection in the blood, we automatically approve for that under sepsis. So she meets for 2 milliliters now, and I can approve her case. Yeah. All right, guys. So it is 12:45. It is well past lunchtime. Just finished up. We get an hour-long lunch, but I take my lunch at 3 because I pick my kids up from school, and then we get 2 15-minute breaks. So I'm about to go and find me something to eat in this kitchen right quick, and I'll be right back. Before I do that, I gotta take my medicine. Got me a little cocktail here. It is a multivitamin, Dr. No, what's the name of that dang on? Mary Ruth. Mary Ruth multivitamin with hair growth. You said what? Do it smell like fish in here? Okay. Well, I'm just asking. Put 2 and 2 together. Do it smell like tuna? Okay. So you know I didn't make tuna then. I don't know. Ravioli? I don't know. You don't smell like no damn tuna. So I'm gonna give y'all a midday update on my queue, since y'all are coming with me to work today. So I have, I don't know. Let me look. Okay, so when I first started this morning, let me look. I had 15 cases in my queue this morning when I first started. I took 2 cases from 2 of my members, from 2 of my co-workers. So that added, so 15, 16, 17. Now they would put me at 17 cases. And now I have some day 0 cases where I did not have any day 0 cases this morning when I first started. So now I am at 20. And that says to me that our workload is increasing. So yeah, I've done my day 2s, I've done my day 3s, just waiting on those to come back so I can see my day 3s to the medical director. So now I guess I'm about to start on these day 1s, just for reference. We're supposed to touch 12 cases a day and determine 8. I don't know if I'm going to get there today, but I will definitely make up for it tomorrow, I'm sure. Because right now I only have 2 determinations, and then I'm sending 1, 2, 3 to the medical director, so that'll put me at like 5 determinations today, which for Monday, whatever, not unless some of these day 1s that I'm about to do are actually provable. So I'm about to go through those, see if I can prove any of these, and just go from there. And the next time I'll be checking in is at 3, when it's time for me to pick the kiddos up. So yeah, a work day. It's a Monday. It's a true Monday. All right, you guys. It is 1:41. I am back to about to send these 2-day 3 cases to the medical director. Just checking in, letting you guys know what I normally check to see is if I didn't have a predetermination requested from this for this case, because this actual facility they like to call in predeterminations. And honestly, I think that's a good thing, because they have a lot of good information that maybe they haven't faxed over to us yet. And like, so the clinicals are still outstanding, so we're able to see if new clinicals or anything come in. This case was due back at 1/21. So I am going to send this one to the medical director. Is no new clinicals attached. At the time when I first reviewed it, the member did not meet. And so, yeah, that's what I'm about to do. About to send it. And, oh, what's the date? Oh, I do see some clinicals attached. It did not say on mine. It didn't say. I'm glad I looked at this. I am so glad I looked at this. Because, yeah, I would have been. I am glad I looked. Because I'd have been looking real dang on crazy when I would have sent this to the doctor and said no updated stuff. Because it has some updated stuff. This was a 77-year-old female with high blood pressure, palpitations, and she had left shoulder discomfort since yesterday, persisted through the night. Urinary tract infection. Remains in sinus rhythm. So the AFib converted to sinus rhythm. Eloquence was started. So yeah, this member, me being me, I already know the milliman. But I do tend to look it up just to make sure that my brain is telling me what my brain is telling me. But I know the milliman, and I know this member does not meet. This is the 28th edition. This member admitted on, let me see, because admitted on the 16th. So I think we're supposed to be using the 27th edition. So I'm not really sure why it's pulling up the 28th edition. Well, no, I'm looking at the 28th edition because of the but I know that this member does not meet, because for this milliman, you have to have persistent symptomatic tachycardia. A lot of people have tachycardia, but it's not symptomatic. And then you have to have MI that persists despite observation. You have to have heart failure. You have to have pulmonary edema with dyspnea, or tachypnea, or hypoxemia that persists despite observation. So once you get into the job and get to looking at these policies and stuff, you know what meets, and this does not meet. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do the hospital course. I'm going to go ahead and put that in my clinical, but it doesn't meet. So I'm gonna go ahead and send this to the medical director, and the medical director can, say whether or not it's approvable. But I highly doubt that they will approve this. Sir? No, sir. No. My dog likes to eat up his bed. If you watch my vlogs, then you know that. If you don't, that is your... We have this conversation every day. Me and this dog. So, yeah. So, I'm going to send this to the doctor. And then I have one more to send to the doctor. And then I guess I'll just work my day 1 cases until it is time for me to go to pick up the kids at 3. And then I'll holler at you guys then. Hey, y'all. It is 3:43. I went to get the kids at 3 o'clock. I'm just getting back. I am putting some more food in the dog bowl. and filling up the dog water bowl thing. I go off my lunch at 4 because I leave at 3, get back on at 4. And yeah, we're almost done. We're almost at the finish line. And I love it for me. Yeah. But in order to see what I do afterward, you have to watch my vlog. Because I do have another vlog that's going on while this vlog is going on. But this vlog won't be out until next week. The vlog that I'm doing for today won't be out till next Wednesday because it's a weekly vlog. So I vlog weekly. I'll be putting out another vlog probably Friday. So I'm going to try to put this video out right here on Wednesday. And I'm going to put the other vlog out on Friday, my weekly vlog. Or I might do my weekly vlog on Wednesday and then do this video right here on Friday. I think that's what I'm going to do. 4:12, you guys. And I just want to come on here and talk to you guys about that first case that we worked. The CHF case with the low sodium. So they did fax over updated clinicals and they called in a predetermination request. So the sodium on 517 was 129. The sodium on 518 was 128. The sodium on 519 was 125. The sodium on 520 was 123. So this member's sodium is continuously going down. So this meets for the electrolyte balance under CHF. So this is a case that instead of me having to send to the medical director, I can just approve it. Don't you love that for me? Because I do. And so the criteria says sodium less than 130, not corrected to near normal or near chronic baseline. And this member is continuing to decrease in sodium. And when the doctor called, he said that the member was still hypovolemic. And they are doing Bumex, and other medications. And the member is in CICU. So this member clearly meets. So I'm going to approve this one. Isn't that great? I love that for me. Okay, y'all, so it is 4:37. I am finishing up my cases, and what I do in the app, from 4 to 5 is I close out all my cases. So any cases that I had that were approvable and I did not close them, I closed those. Any cases that I had that went to the doctor and they sent back to me, I closed those. Just to give you like a little example, I had a case that came back and the doctor, so they copy and paste too. So they have like different little blurbs that they're supposed to put in different places. And we are responsible for making sure that the information is right. Meaning, so sometimes they'll have like little parentheses and they'll say insert information here. Well, she forgot to insert the information, so I had to reach out to the doctor and tell her, hey, you left out this information. Can you please go in there and fix it? So I'm waiting on her to fix that. And while I'm doing that, I'm just closing some of my approved cases. So yeah, that's what I got going on right now. Yeah. But like I said, again, once you learn the ins and outs and you know what you're reading, you know the policies, it's a pretty straightforward job. Ready to get off. Can't get off fast enough. So if you guys have any questions about the job, how I got the job, all that good stuff, just leave it down in the comments below. I might do a follow-up video, I might not, just depending on, if I get any questions. I think my email address is down below if you have a question that you want to ask outside of YouTube. So yeah, I enjoyed, bringing you guys with me to work today. I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about utilization review and what nurses do that work from home. Because again, I used to get that a lot. Like, what are you doing as a nurse and you work from home? I get that, and now I get that a lot. So now you know. So, just want to give more insight and all that good stuff. And if you are a aspiring nurse, you can do it. It is not that if I pass nursing school, you can pass nursing school. Trust me. Trust me. You can do it. You got this. I am going to end the vlog here. I get off at 5 o'clock. Just wanted to, if you have not done so, please like, comment, and subscribe. I do vlogs here. I have a lot of natural hair videos on my channel if you're interested in that. And yeah, again, like I said, I enjoyed bringing you guys to work with me today. And if you like this type of content, then just let me know and I can make more content like this. I can do a week in the life of my, work from home nursing job, because it gets a little hectic sometimes. It does get a little hectic. Today was I want to say a pretty straightforward day. Every day is not like this. Some days I just want to pull my hair out and I want to go off on everybody who teams me, who inboxes, who emails me. So today was a good day. Okay. All right, you guys. So I will holler at you guys in the next video. Peace out.
You already know, no.